My parents ditched me at my lowest point. But when their favorite kid landed in hot water, they came pleading for my help. What I said to them shut them up completely. I'm a 32-year-old man, writing this from a hospital bed, still shaken from the mayhem of the last couple weeks. My parents left me hanging in my toughest time. But when their prized son got hauled in by the cops, they showed up again, frantic for my assistance. What I told them rendered them silent. I'm on strong painkillers, so forgive me if I wander or slip on some words. It was a Thursday evening, about 9 p.m., and I was still at my legal practice, since that's the routine for a partner, giving up weekends for non-stop documents and living on caffeine and delivery food. I had just finished preparing for a major client presentation the following day. Business law isn't exciting, but it pays the bills. The office was almost empty, except for a handful of workaholics and the janitorial team. Our office sits in an old building in central Boston, appealing but run down. We're on the 5th level, and I always use the stairs, telling myself it offsets the 14-hour sitting sessions. That's when everything went horribly awry. The janitors, in their great judgment, polished the stairs without any warning signs. None at all. At 9 p.m., when folks are still around the place. I was partway down, sidetracked by a late email from the other side's lawyer, because naturally someone sends messages that late, when my shoes slid right out from under me. I fell down 2 sets of stairs, ricocheting off walls like a bouncing ball, and ended up in a twisted pile at the base. The night watchman discovered me passed out about 10 minutes later on his patrol. The injuries? A broken hip. I didn't realize that could happen. 3 fractured backbones, and a head injury that had me mixed up on what day it was for a couple days. The doctors keep telling me I'm fortunate not to be in a wheelchair forever. Fortunate. Yeah, that's the term when you're wearing adult protection because you can't shuffle to the restroom by yourself. The paramedics who lifted me from the ground cracked jokes. At least you're an attorney. You can take them to court big time. Appreciate it. Chad or Brad or whatever your name was. Really useful while I'm fighting not to throw up from the agony. The hospital reached out to my emergency contacts, my parents, since I hadn't changed the info since my law school days. You'd figure they'd rush to my side when their kid almost ends up unable to walk for good, correct? Wrong. Their answer? We're occupied at the moment, but keep us informed on your progress. Occupied. I'm sprawled here with enough metal in my hip to construct a little overpass, and they're occupied because my little brother Ethan is presenting his newest groundbreaking crypto idea to backers. More about Ethan soon because that's a separate mess in this family drama. This isn't surprising at all. I became partner at a leading 50 Boston law office by age 30. Their response? That's good, honey. Have you heard Ethan's developing a fresh startup? Sure, he's heading somewhere, right into ruin, but I'm jumping ahead. So here I am, day 14 in the hospital, entering this on my phone since rest isn't coming, and the drugs are turning me reflective. The staff are wonderful. Huge shout out to Mike on night duty for the additional gelatin, but these beds aren't designed for 6'2" guys with shattered parts everywhere. My office has been fair, handling my workload and delivering a lavish fruit arrangement because nothing screams, sorry you almost perished, like premium fruits. The property management's attorneys are already discussing compensation, which is amusing since I'm an attorney myself. Do they assume I miss their responsibility? But that's not the main tale. The main tale is my relatives, and it's getting more complicated. Let's go back to provide the family background, since I've got endless time and analgesics. Imagine Newton, Massachusetts in the 90s, wealthy neighborhood where every child is set to be a prodigy or a leader. My parents, Susan and David, I'll refer to them as S and D to ease my single-hand typing, were the typical suburban achiever pair. Dad's an accountant, mom deals in luxury properties, and they had their ideal existence planned, 2 boys who'd achieve all their dreams. Enter me, the older one. I excelled in classes, captained the debate squad, and secured a full ride to Boston University. Not shabby, huh? Then there's Ethan, 2 years junior, the household's chosen star. Ethan's always been a computer whiz. At 13, he was creating programs and video games. Remarkable, yes, but my parents elevated it to a cult. Every small achievement, programming a simple site, crafting a rough application, was hailed like he'd pioneered the web. They'd host relatives to flaunt his brilliance. Meanwhile, I'm toiling through BU, entering Boston College Law, hardly a low-tier institution, and earning a spot on law review. I finished near the top and secured a position at a premier firm. When I achieved partner at 30. That's good, honey. Have you heard Ethan's studying AI programming? Take last holiday meal. Ethan arrives 2 hours behind because innovators ignore timetables in a $500 sweatshirt. He dives into a monologue about his current crypto system. Something about transforming online assets. S and D are absorbed in every syllable like he's giving a historic speech. I bring up finalizing a $50 million business fusion, figuring it's pertinent. Mom quiets me. Darling, Ethan's describing blockchain finance as if I'm a child cutting in on adults. And the funds, oh, the funds. Whenever Ethan's companies collapsed, which happened about every 18 months, S&D would pour in money to sustain him. Their nest egg? Depleted. But when I required aid with law school debts, apologies, kid, you must grasp money management. Ethan's never had a steady job. He jumps from one busted project to another, surviving on funding rounds and our parents' reserves. I've put in 80-hour weeks since graduating law, established a solid profession, and purchased a condo in Back Bay. Yet I'm the letdown. The bias is staggering. When I reached partner, they missed my celebratory meal because Ethan required assistance setting up his new leadership suite. But when Ethan registered his recent company, full-scale event with food service and toasts about their pioneering offspring, I once caught mom telling her sibling I was merely an attorney while Ethan was revolutionizing tomorrow. Why not sever ties? Relatives are complicated, and I continued wishing they'd finally notice me. After this incident, however, something broke. And when Ethan's current plan crashed, events turned insane. Let's get into that, because it's a massive one. After the operation, I'm flat in a hospital bed. My hip now partly mechanical, fading in and out of a drug-induced fog. The staff mentions they've informed my parents. You know that deep urge for your mom when you're injured? It doesn't vanish, even for a 32-year-old attorney who debates with executives. I kept gazing at the door, anticipating their arrival. My boy nearly lost his mobility. Certainly that's top concern, yes? Day 1-0. No rings, no messages. The staff kept assuring, I'm certain they're en route. I retrieved my phone, courtesy of the kind nurse who powered it, and forwarded reports. Operation succeeded. Physicians say I'm fortunate. Seen at 2:34 p.m. hips wrecked. May require additional procedure. Seen at 4:15 p.m. Would appreciate seeing you. Seen at 7:45 p.m. Their responses? Dad, glad you're okay, buddy. Swamped with Ethan's initiative, update us. Buddy, I'm 32, partially disabled, and he's using buddy. Mom, oh darling, that seems rough. Ethan's anxious about his presentation, forwarding good energy. Energy, because energy mends a smashed hip. Day 2, quiet. I noticed on Instagram that mom was assisting Ethan select an outfit for his funding discussion. She shared updates. Proud parent, business owner, emerging talent. He's 30, not emerging. Day 3, dad messages, inquiring if I can examine some agreements for Ethan's presentation. When you're feeling better, I'm in a medical facility. Day 4, mom rings for 45 seconds to request work files for Ethan. I point out I'm admitted. Oh, correct, that occurred. Heal soon, darling. Hang up. The staff began offering sympathetic glances, like they recognized my relatives were dysfunctional. One staff member, Maria, gave me her dessert on day 5 because she sensed I was breaking. Picture your parents so missing that medical workers begin nurturing you. Here's the crushing blow. On day 6, I caught 2 staff talking beyond my door. One questioned why my parents hadn't come. The other replied, we contacted them immediately after admission. The mother stated they were engaged with their other boy's deal and requested message reports. Message reports. Their boy battling for survival, and they prefer message reports because Ethan's slide deck is more critical. That's when my cousin Alex appeared that night, appearing like he'd prefer elsewhere. After some uneasy talk about my wounds, yes, Alex, my hip still burns like fire, he revealed the scoop on why S&D were too preoccupied to bother. Ethan's major presentation? He'd secured $20 million for his novel crypto network, going to overhaul decentralized holdings with NFTs, AI, and chain tech jargon. S&D dove in fully, booking a posh Boston venue for a festivity, with talks, bubbly, and a tailored ice carving of Ethan's emblem. Alex displayed pics. There's mom, shedding joyful drops as Ethan drones on about upsetting asset structures. Dad's sharing LinkedIn posts about his boy's forward-thinking guidance. The area paper covered it. Area tech standout gains huge investment. No word of Ethan's prior flops, just excitement about his creative history. Meanwhile, I'm perfecting hospital dessert consumption single-handed. The backers were from a wealthy playbook. Luxe timepieces, branded jackets. Ethan charmed the crowd, dropping phrases like intelligent, packed collaboration. One backer, linked to some government figures, added $5 million immediately. S&D were ecstatic. Mom uploaded on Facebook, grateful, our boy altering the field. Proud parent, tech mastermind. Which boy, mom? The one altering the field or the one relearning to prop up? At the event, Ethan delivered an emotional address about how relative backing enabled it all. Meanwhile, I'm viewing old comedies, pleading with staff I can manage the lavatory solo. Alert, I couldn't. The harshest? Mom messaged amid the festivity. Darling, since you're healing, can you check Ethan's agreements? We require them flawless. Healing. Like I'm relaxing at a spa, not connected to drips. I stayed silent. What do you respond to that? Apologies, mom. Occupied avoiding agony screams? Alex, prior to departing, mentions something memorable. Ethan's always stretched facts, but this seems suspicious. It's excessive. Oh, Alex, you insightful soul. You hadn't a clue. 3 weeks into my stay, I'm adapting to my enhanced hip, stumbling through rehab like an unsteady infant. Then, suddenly, S&D storm into my space like escaping a scene. No heads up, just them. Appearing battered from conflict. Mom's typically flawless locks are tangled. No cosmetics. A rarity. Dad's in prior days attire, seeming decades older. They carry blooms. A drooping $9.99 bunch from a pharmacy, label intact. 3 weeks of absence, and this is their big move? Mom attempts an embrace, which fails with my lines. Dad's near the glass, tinkering with his device like it's his anchor. The quiet is oppressive. Then Mom begins weeping. Not the social media perfect drops from Ethan's event, but genuine, chaotic sobs. Amid breaths, the facts emerge. Ethan's transformative network? A fraud. The SEC locked his funds. The FBI's investigating. Those backers? They involved policymakers' offspring. Ethan hadn't merely overstated a bogus system. He'd peddled an AI tool that allegedly forecasted crypto trends with 97% precision. Fabricated stats, invented gains, invented all. The $20 million? It paid prior backers, Ethan's upscale pad, his luxury vehicle, and evidently a private flight club. Mom's still weeping. Dad eventually talks. Boy, we require you. They'd exhausted their savings on Ethan's court costs, refinanced their home, and borrowed to maintain his innovative facade. Now they seek me, the dull attorney's son, to rescue him. They seek me to advocate for Ethan, even though my expertise is business law, not defense. They seek me to influence to ease the SEC, like I'm in a mob movie. They seek me to conceal funds. Indeed, perpetrate deceit to mask deceit. And they seek me to woo backers linked to lawmakers all without charge because relative support. Mom states, this is your opportunity to demonstrate you're with us. No word of my wounds, my healing, zilch. Just how I can preserve Ethan. The staff enters to swap dressings, spots S&D for the initial time in 3 weeks, and remarks, you must be the relatives. I figured our patient was solo. The space falls mute. Mom attempts to explain. We've been overwhelmed with Ethan's emergency. The staff's expression conveys everything. That's when it struck me. This wasn't merely about Ethan's deceit or their preference. It was about decades of being their backup, their cushion, their final option when Ethan's disasters burst. Dad begins on relative obligation, but I'm focused on those pathetic blooms. 3 weeks. It required a government probe for them to appear. Mom retrieves a dossier, like in a cheesy court show, outlining their requests. Advocate Ethan, halt the probe, conceal funds, and sway backers. I begin chuckling, a wild, drug-driven laugh. They stare like I've lost it. Allow me to clarify, I utter, grimacing as I adjust. You disregarded me for 3 weeks while I'm struggling to move again, and now you expect me to ruin my profession to shield Ethan from his fabrications. Mom attempts to cut in with reasons, but I'm finished. 32 years of being the dependable one, the ignored one, spills forth. Do you even recall what procedure I underwent? My healing chances? That I may need another cut? Empty looks. But I wager you know all of Ethan's meeting menu. Dad attempts his, pay attention buddy manner. I interrupt. I'm a 32-year-old partner, not your assistant. I'm not endangering my credentials for Ethan's deceit. Mom plays the shame game. We've already sacrificed one boy to this chaos. Don't force us to sacrifice both. Sacrificed? Ethan opted to defraud. He didn't stumble into crime. And they expect me to give up all for him. I locate my trial tone. Allow me to state plainly, I'm not advocating Ethan. I'm not concealing funds. I'm not influencing. I'm concentrating on my healing, which you'd understand if you'd come once in 3 weeks. Dad's complexion turns crimson. You're acting self-centered, he barks. This is your moment to show your relatives. There it is. The reality. I'm not relatives, just their reserve. Depart, I declare. They stay put. I press the staff alert. Exit or guards will ensure it. Mom's weeping anew. The staff, the solo remark one comes. And I request guards. Her grin is golden. As they are led away, Dad shouts, you'll be sorry when we're departed. I yell in return, preferable to sorry over losing my license. Then I require extra drugs, because shouting with broken ribs is unwise. 3 months on, existence is varied. Ethan's network? A pyramid with extras. The FBI uncovered $35 million overall, $20 million from the recent cycle, $15 million from previous, channeled via dummy firms to phony profits and finance Ethan's lavish lifestyle, luxury auto, flight club, high-rise. He attempted claiming to the FBI it was in study on money naivety. They rejected it. With policy offspring among backers, the matter rose quickly. It's not merely deceit now. Funds washing, electronic deceit, and plot charges are pending. S&D are in suffer stance. Mom's uploading about how Ethan's targeted by a flawed setup. Dad's pleading attorneys for no-cost aid because they're penniless, risking home loss after staking all on Ethan. I'm discharged, hobbling via rehab. I may forever have a minor limp, but I'm breathing. My office has been supportive, permitting remote work and assigning stimulating matters. The greatest? I'm liberated from Ethan's eclipse. No further draining relative gatherings or matches to his innovative flame. I've cut S&D from all contacts. They appeared at my residence with more pharmacy blooms and a folder asserting Ethan's targeted by a plot. Guards dispatched them. The surprise? Ethan mailed a 16-page note from detention, complaining about being overwhelmed and respecting my honesty. I returned it sealed. The attorney requested I witness on Ethan's failures. I agreed. Mom forwarded a 5-page message about how I'm destroying the relatives. If you enjoyed this story and felt the emotions behind it, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more real-life experiences and heartfelt stories. Your support means the world, and it helps us bring more content like this to you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.